Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ree,
And I'm Sherry.
and this is
Let's Be Real. Today's topic, drum roll please. Being in a healthy relationship after a broken one.
Wow.
That's like how you at the poetry place. You're like, you hear a good line. You're like, that one.
Yeah. Being in a healthy relationship
After a broken one.
That's deep.
And we had a little conversation about, okay, is toxic the same as broken? Broken is different. So we looked it up and did a little research, and it is a difference. And so we're going to speak on the broken relationships.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking that the first question is, like, first off, have you ever tried to go from a healthy relationship, a broken relationship, I'm sorry, to a healthy one? Was it feast or famine?
So, yes, I have. But I feel like I still had a lot of traits or characteristics from the broken relationship that trying to go into a healthy relationship, because I mean you kind of start off fresh when you go into a new relationship. So in your mind it's like, okay, this can be healthy, like I want to have a healthy relationship, I don't want to have a broken relationship, yet I've been dealing with a broken relationship for so long that it's almost like muscle memory. So, yes, I have. And it was not the best just because I feel like both parties weren't as mature enough to deal with one another. But now I can speak on my healthy relationship with you. I feel like knowing that I had a broken relationship and we were able to have conversations about certain things that possibly triggers me or things that I don't like helps with nourishing our healthy relationship. So how about you? Have you gone from a broken relationship to a healthy relationship, and how was that for you?
I have. I was in one that kind of started broken, turned toxic. And then, of course, just learning from everything. It was a very long relationship. So it was like a lot of things that were, what's the word I want to use? Discovered. I'll say discovered. Between us two that were like, oh, I mean, it took us sometimes back into like when we first met. Was this a thing with us, or did this like develop? And then like a couple times we came to the conclusion that like this thing didn't happen at that time, and that's why we're here now. And I think that communication was a great big part of that. Feeling safe to talk to your person about the things that bother you, about the things that might have become new in the relationship that you don't like or whatever. So I think that with me not being a good communicator when it came down to my relationship, I think that took a lot of time away from possibly like having my needs met more. And
because you couldn't speak on them.
I just I couldn't speak on, I couldn't put the words into my mouth to get them out, but I also didn't know if I felt safe enough to be able to say these things without being judged or looked at funny or whatever. So it's like I kind of just well, I'll hold on to it, maybe it'll get better. And then fast forward to now, 2021, when I started a new relationship with you. And it just started off on the right foot. Like everything was communication. And I feel like that's how we're able to express ourselves with each other, how we're able to we haven't had an argument yet. I think we do a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And I think that I've learned things about you and you've learned things about me. And we know, okay, when Bae's sitting over there in the corner and she in her phone and we all having a good time, something not right. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just an example of whatever. But I definitely have been in that situation, and I think that that dynamic of communication is so important, because that's how you let your person know that things are broken.
Yeah.
And so if you don't do that, then you're going to keep on through this relationship as if nothing is happening, knowing you both know something is.
Facts. And I think that the key word that you definitely said was communication, and also feeling safe. You know, if you don't feel safe, then you won't ever be able to communicate. You know, out of fear, out of, you know, oh, they're gonna judge me, or oh, you know, she's not gonna like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's gonna change the dynamic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Thinking for the person instead of
Exactly.
just giving them the option to say, oh, you know what, I would like that, or no, I hate that, I don't want to do that, or yeah, sure.
yeah.
You kind of make that decision for them, and that's never good. Never.
I agree.
So when do you like let the pain go? I mean, I guess if you're out of this broken relationship, you see this new relationship on the horizon, y'all communicating, everything is healthy. Do you initially like talk to this person and say, look, this is what I've been through, I'm trying to not go through that again? But then can you also full circle have that thought in your head, like, I've been through this, and this, and like sabotage? You get what I'm saying? Like, when do you let the pain go?
So I think you let the pain go with therapy, figuring out deep down what it is, you know, what caused that, talking it through. You know, you don't want to put that on your new relationship, because
Right.
then that in return turns into a resentment, a broken, you know what I mean? Because it's like, dang, I didn't even do anything to you. Now I
Right.
don't feel safe. Now I have this wall up,
Yep.
you know. I feel like we kind of like push on the person that is closest to us, and we would put that pain on them, you know, because you're the closest one to me. You know, you're going to deal with me on the regular. Like, I'm calling and talking to you, and, you know, here it is in my head, because I'm an overthinker. I'm in my head, and I'm just like, I'm listening to you, but I'm not really listening, because I'm in my head thinking about the pain, thinking about, you know, what has happened to me. You know, try not to be so selfish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Aries. And I've learned that about myself with doing therapy. So I feel like you have to let that pain go with yourself, and not bring it into your current relationship. To keep it healthy, deal with your issues.
Take a break. After that broken relationship, take a break. Gather yourself. Get to a place where you're healthy and happy and able to
healing.
thrive.
That healing process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Every day.
in other words, no rebounds? Is that what we're saying?
It's not, I think rebounds can be good and it can be bad.
All right, we'll say that topic for another time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So take that time to heal in
Yes.
between that broken and that healthy relationship.
Yes. Or even if you're going to have that, you know, new relationship, if you feel like, okay, I'm ready to have a new relationship, communicate with your partner about your pains. But I think that you should have a professional help you categorize that pain, so that way you're not pushing it on to your new partner.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let them know what's going on with you,
Yeah.
you know, because then that also creates a safe space.
True. And that's what we all about, safe spaces.
Yes.
Oh, we
Yes.
need those. We need those.
For sure.
So do you initially like disclose everything? Do you say like, look, my last partner, and just run down the list of all the things that they did to you? Or is it, we're going about our relationship, and or maybe dating, just the friendship part, and the new person does something like starts texting on their phone and then turn their phone over and put it to the side? Like, do we nitpick? Like, do you just be like, that triggers me because my ex used to do that when she was cheating on me? You get what I'm saying?
That can get tiring. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to keep hearing about your ex. You
That's
know what
where
I'm
the
saying?
healing comes in
That's
before the new.
yes,
Okay.
yes. I feel like it should be conversations. You know what I mean? Like, yes, okay. We're out at dinner. I don't think that's a good time to be like, oh, okay, that triggered me. You know what I'm saying? But maybe on the way home, we have a conversation like, hey, babe, so are you, in a safe space we can have a conversation because something, kind of bothered me and I want to bring it up to you. I think that when things happen, because you're never going to know like what your new relationship is going to be like, and you don't want to throw traumas onto that person. You know what I mean? Because that can push someone away. That can kind of make them feel like, okay, well, I need to be guarded and I need to watch this.
And like, oh, this is too much for me already. We just been dating a
like
week.
it's not, what is the word? It wouldn't, I feel like you kind of stop it from being that organic kind of healthy. I feel like when you start to just run down the list, it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, red flag, red flag.
You know what I mean? Like, now it's not, it's a word I'm looking for, but I don't think that you should just run down a list. I think that it should be easy. It should be a conversation. It should flow. Like, yes, notice when something happens and it makes you feel a way. Talk to your partner. I don't agree with just kind of running down the list of, well, this is what my ex did and this is how it made me feel. You're not my ex. You're not necessarily going to do the same things that they did.
Oh, that's a word right there. Because I'm telling you, when people be like, oh, my ex did this, I'm like, well, sweetheart, I'm not your ex. Like, do you want me to do that, or you? I mean, I'm not your ex, so that definitely. But what you're saying is that pretty much no laundry list needs to be run down. It more so will also work with the therapy that you're getting.
Right.
So when you're out of that broken relationship and things happen in this new dating situation that you're in, if you see certain things, a person that's healing will maybe make a mental note and like, I'm gonna talk to my therapist about this. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
When somebody used to do something, okay, let's transparency. When I used to have feelings of things of doubt when it came to us dating, I went to my therapist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, this happened. Is this just my old stuff kicking up, or like, is this really an issue? Like, should I address this? And we would talk through it, and she would let me know, like, oh, no, I think that looks more like this. And maybe you just, and then you sometimes don't even have to bring certain things up.
Facts.
Because if you're healing, that's just something trying to trickle its way in. Like, no, let me deal with that on my own. And then if it becomes repetitious, like if you keep saying it and it really keeps triggering you, yeah, okay. But like initially, I think that a person that's healed or healing will be able to kind of differentiate between what's something that's really a conversation starter or something that's like, let me make that mental note and do my therapy with it or sit with it and figure it out for myself.
Right.
So that a laundry list isn't needed, because it's like, hey, I'm already starting to work on my stuff. This is what I can do to keep us from having that moment of
and
like,
I actually appreciated that, and I've never had anyone deal with me that way. It's always been so aggressive and like, I see through your actions, or why are you not talking to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I gotta drag it out of you, you know what I mean? So for you to be like, okay, babe, we're gonna pause this and I'm gonna come back to you after I speak to my therapist, so that way it's a healthier way of communicating and I can understand you and hear you. I love that. And I think that that's how things should be in a relationship. You should be able to, okay, let me just, I do have a problem. I'm going to come back to it after I get my words together.
Right. Exactly.
That's healthy. Versus you sitting on the couch, I'm coming home excited, like, hey, what's up? Give me some love. And I'm getting the cold shoulder. Now I'm like, well, what the heck did I do? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that you are on it with that one.
I appreciate you, just a little growth. That's all. A little growth. But that's what I feel like, to kind of wrap it up. Yesterday, we had a moment where I went into my shell and I'm just like, get it together, Sherry, get it together. And you like, what's wrong? What did I do? And I'm like, Lord, where's my therapy sense coming in? And then I never brought it up because I worked through it. It was something that I was just feeling at the moment. And then I worked through it and it was all good.
Yeah.
That's growth.
Yes.
That's growth.
And you can know the connection. You can know, I'm going to say what I got to say. You can know the connection when, you feel that, like, what's up? What's wrong? And of course, I'm learning how to not just, like, notice, like, something's going on.
And keep on
moving.
Mm-hmm.
Noticing and asking, and then allowing you to tell me if you feel the need to, but try not to press it, you know? So that is we have a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
And we've both been through things, broken relationships, toxic relationships. And I think that we've found our stride,
That's a good word.
To continue in this journey together, we have to maintain a healthy communication.
Absolutely.
And respect for one another.
Absolutely. And that we have. So there you have it.
Yes.
The end of this great topic. If you guys have any feedback, you want to give us a topic, just let us know how we doing. I mean, we doing this for y'all. We doing this for us.
Yes.
It's therapeutic, actually.
Yes, it is.
So, it's all in fun.
We want to hear from you guys.
All in fun, yes.
So thank you for listening to
Let's Be Real.
Let's